Oh, we got the ice sheet on top. Oh boy. Woo! Good morning. So today, not particularly motivated to do this, so I figured it would be a good time to go through a video on the differences in, the difference between motivation and discipline and how important that is to anything in life, but specifically to training and just kind of doing the things that you don't always want to do. So, like, the beauty of motivation is that it's hot, sexy, it's the new thing, it's what's spicy and what's gonna get you up. It's the new day, it's the new fancy, amazing, toy, the new thing, the new fancy thing. And motivation is great for that. It gets you going, gets you pumped, it gets you filled with the reasons, the whys, the hows is a little different, but it gets you going, right? Whereas motivation is fleeting at the same time. If we're gonna use that analogy of like motivation is like that new like dating thing when you're first with someone, it's like discipline is the long-term relationship. Discipline is when it's not always easy getting back into it. Discipline is the thing that got me into this water this morning. It was the fact that I said to myself, I'm doing this. I said I'd do it, and I can get it done today. I'm gonna fucking get it done. That's discipline. It's not the new fancy thing that's gonna keep you going, and it's gonna be that new thing that's gonna just kind of give you that spicy fire that makes you feel so great about everything you're doing. That's the part that I think that people don't seem to understand about people who embrace fitness, who embrace the lifestyle of health and that kind of fitness style of things. It's like they have this idea that every single day we want to fucking do it. Like, it's like we get up and we're like, yay, this is the best part of our day. And it doesn't start that way. It generally becomes that because we talk to the drug dealer that is the neurotransmitters of our brain, and we go, hey, we're gonna do stuff with our body. And our brain goes, here you go, here, those feel good chemicals. And then it shoves it down our cerebral spinal fluid, gets unleashed, spreads it throughout our entire body, and starts sending messages that we're doing something good, right? So, I mean, that's kind of the thing there, just kind of to drive home, is that discipline is different than motivation. And that we should always kind of consider where we're at in the journey and what's happening, in the sense that you're not always going to be motivated. You're not. And that's where most people will fall off, and you don't need to. That's where you can get the support systems, you get the structure. Woo, here's my 4 minutes. You got to get a structure. You got to get friends, family, people around you to support you, or just be disciplined. Rip that Band-Aid off, jump into the fucking water, get going, and just hold yourself accountable. And if you can't hold yourself accountable, figure out a way that you can hold the accountability there. That's the whole point of joining a community, of joining a gym, of joining Facebook groups, of having friends and everything like that. The problem is, from my professional opinion, looking at it from the professional training side of things, the motivation tends to fall. And the problem is that unless you literally usually have somebody who's in that professional seat of what is their motivation to get you to your goal, right? So looking at the other side of the coin, it's like, I used to make money by providing people an opportunity and that push, that accountability to get to their goals. Now, a lot of people, it is the money that gets them to actually utilize my skills a lot of the time. So that's just something to consider, just kind of where and how motivation is different than discipline, and how discipline is going to be worth it tenfold, guys. Ugh. Woo! All right, let's go. I'm getting back to being disciplined. I had the motivation to get my, fit bod back, but guess what? I didn't have the discipline. So for the last year and a half, when I had a desk job, I started eating snacks at night and doing things like that. I had the motivation to have my six-pack back. I had the motivation to be super strong. I had the motivation to do all these things. But until I got disciplined, until I started to have the network of help and we pushed each other, me and my beautiful girlfriend, we didn't do it. And that's where it comes into play, where you need to be disciplined. And I just want to talk about the two differences and why it's different between discipline and motivation, guys. So this video is probably getting pretty long. I'll catch you later. Peace.